Hello, hello. It's time to check in with today and the messages for us. What do we need to know? What can we think about or reaffirm or just take with us as we move about our day and see through our eyes and think with our brains and discover and explore? And we'll start with the Octillions and their keys. Let's see what they have in store for us today. Oh, we've got this one, which I'm not fully familiarized with that one. Balance. Okay, maybe I am. Sometimes. The energy of balance helps you recognize yourself. If you are honest about your feelings, nothing will disturb your balance when you recognize your own truth. Make sure you find harmony within yourself. By approaching things differently, the harmony remains unchanged, and step by step, you will find new sources within yourself that you didn't even know existed. Okay. Hence, a problem no longer feels like a problem. And this is exactly it. This is that utilizing your free will to on how you choose to respond to things that come your way. There are lots of things that are outside of our control, right? How people respond, react, do, or say to us. But we gain back our power, we take back our power, we claim back our power when we become an active responder, right? Not just responding out of a knee-jerk reaction, right? We're not placebos, or not placebos. What are those little one-celled organisms that respond to stimuli, right? Like without in a reactive sort of way. We can choose. And I don't know if it's like my neurodivergence or what, but this ability to freeze or pause. I mean, yes, it can work against you in some cases, but it's an opportunity to really consider before responding. And sometimes that is everything. One of my biggest lessons with my son, when he got really mad at me one time, he was like 2 or 3 or 4 or something, and he freaked right out at me and he said a bunch of crap and in anger, and I froze. And in that frozen state, I played out how my mom would have reacted to me if I had spoken that way to her. And all I knew was I didn't want to react that way. And so I just froze to the point where he was like, "What are you gonna do?" Like he just like was like, "What's happening right now?" And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I only knew what was modeled and what to do. And I knew that I didn't want to do that. So I just did nothing. And then I said to him, I'm like, "I don't know. What do you want me to do?" And he said, "Do whatever you want to do." Like he was just like ready for anything. And I just gave him a hug. And he immediately, well, he resisted for half a second. And then he immediately like burst into tears and like started apologizing. And he didn't mean all the things that he said. And I turned it into like this learning opportunity of like, well, this is what anger does, right? It gets away with you and you end up saying and doing things that you don't mean and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, we hugged it out and he walked away and he was fine and he was better. And I sat in that stairwell and I cried my eyes out after that because I realized that I healed that 4-year-old version of myself at the same time. And it all stemmed from the freezing, from pausing, from considering how I wanted to respond before responding. So there's power and weight. And I don't know, I think it's like an love. There was love there, right? And humility, like it was okay that I didn't know what to do. Okay, we got 2 here. Ooh. Kinas and Bacano. Beautiful. Okay, we'll do Kinas first because it dropped first. If I can find it. There it is. Enlightenment, creativity, skill, offspring, and learning. Yes, it's got this owl in the book. Okay, the acquisition of wisdom, knowledge, and insight has been the owl's forte since the beginning of time. They have sharp eyes that can see in the dark what others need light to perceive. The companion of many goddesses across many cultures, the owl is a holder of their occult secrets. For the unaware creature, they are fearsome. Kinaz has the hot, bright energy of fire and the illuminating torch. It represents the search for truth and knowledge and a burning creative drive. In a reading, Kinaz speaks of artistic and technical ability in honing your craft, lighting your way through the dark. It encourages you to be a self-starter and to take initiative, guided by curiosity and intelligence. Okay. And Bracano, in the springtime, fertile and fecund Mama Hare brings forth an abundance of new life. She is the great mother and fiercely protective. The timeless cycles of the earth flow through her, generation after generation. Bracano holds within it the mature female wisdom of our mothers and our grandmothers. Bracano speaks of female fertility and also of the safety and shielded sanctuary of the womb. When this rune appears in a reading, there may be a birth of a child, an idea, or even a new goal. Birth, sanctuary, fertility, life change, and secrets. Okay, love these two. And there's that balance too, right? Predator and prey. The birth of the new. It's like this going after the thing, right? I'm getting the spark, the creative spark, the Ace of Wands. I think it is. Yeah, the lighting of the match, spark of creativity. That was weird. Okay, I want to give these a really good shuffle today. I mean, I think I shuffle them pretty good every day, but we'll do it extra. Okay, so we've got balance here. So the balancing, the birth, and the going after. Was that being honing of the skills? So I'm getting this like really going after the things that light your fire, right? Your sparks of inspiration and creativity and your good ideas or your ideas that come to you that make you go, ooh, or your desire to seek, to search, to know, to master even. It's very creative, speaking creatively. So creative ways, innovations. They always say like see a need, fill a need, right? And what's something that you can offer that's creative, something different, something that you look at from a different perspective, maybe, or consider from a different perspective. Okay, I'm gonna do one more shuffly shuffle. Okay, let's see what comes up for us today. These ones. Oh, two worlds collide. This is like the active role in changing your world. This is also like two worlds coming together, right? We've got this universal conspiring here, bringing these two in, and this. It's also like this was the old world and this is the new world, right? Like you see the figures, their attention is on this new one coming in here, and this old one kind of coming out. And this was like you've done everything you can in this world, and now it's time to refocus your energy on this one. It's smaller, but look, it's already complete, right? So I'm getting like building something from the bottom up, but it's different. It's not really the bottom because you are coming with a certain level of expertise than you did when you started the first time, right? So this may be like a business or something, some idea that is coming to you, being birthed. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, what? Destiny and truth and stability, balance, love, joy, union, celebration, abundance, overflowing, and gorgeousness. Okay. So I feel like it's your destiny to create or be a part of this new world that's, you may be transitioning into. And I've heard of that actually. I've heard that there's like a split in the world. We've got overlapping vibrations right now where you can still see the lower vibration world, but it's very apparent that there's two worlds coexisting right now and it's in splitting mode. So there's that. Okay, let's see. What are these ones? Okay, so this is confidently coming out of your comfort zones. Okay, this is the guarded area, right? Swords and coming out strategically is what I want to say. Because this is the action oriented, moving forward with confidence card here. Okay, the boundaries and the overflowing cups. This is also luck being on your side. We've got a celebration here. Celebrate. and the communication, the action, the messenger knight. Where's he going? He's going to the Empress. Oh, and there's abundance. This is what the Empress is bringing in. This is what's celebrated here. This is what feeds this stability here. Beautiful. Aw. I mean, you saw how much I shuffled, right? Like the Lovers just want to come out. And the Sun, this is happiness. This is joy. This is beautiful. This is life giving. This is balance, right? The masculine, the feminine, the light and the shadow, the up and the down, the sun and the moon. And that's what this love is about, right? That's what this love is about. So the Empress maintains the frequency and calls in the abundance here. So yeah, when coming out, it's not like you need to be scared or worried or whatever, but this is an acknowledgement of your energy, right? It's not for everyone. It's not like, even in this coming out, right? There's nobody coming from behind you, right? They're coming, like, you're visibly seeing anybody that's coming your way. So it's like, it's not a free for all access. It's a strategic coming out. And these boundaries are super, super important to keep, because there are those who just want to waste your time. They just want to be seen by you or be seen with you or whatever the case may be, right? It's not necessarily reciprocating relationships. And so you want to just be guarded on what and how you're putting out there. And this overflowing luck here and it splashing out, I'm getting like those who recognize you as being overflowing, and they're sharing in it, right? I'm getting this like celebratory overflow here. And then we got the Fool at the bottom, which is starting new beginnings, right? Taking leaps of faith, trusting in the unseen. So something about this stability is coming in. This is something that's en route to the Empress here. Person, place, or thing, offer, idea. This could be your divine inspiration, your great idea for a new business or artistic endeavor, right? And we got the Queen of Wands. So maybe this is a message that you're delivering, because the Queen of Wands is meant to be seen, right? Shining, tapped in, turned on, tuned in, and speaking truth here. So I actually think she goes here with the truth, and in her speaking with truth, her truth bombs, like seed bombs, right, are kind of overflowing and just infiltrating everybody's gardens, planting in their garden. That's how truth works, right? Sometimes. And it being connected to the stability, the balance, the message of love. So that's beautiful. What's this? There's that protection. That protection knight. Oh, what's this? Oh, there's that spark. It is Ace of Wands. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so this is moving confidently on the sparks of inspiration here. And this is that protectedness. This is that tread strategically. Move strategically. And secure and stabilize your boundaries. They're so important for this transition into the new world, right? Because the worlds are overlapping, we're still going to see and engage and whatever, not necessarily engage, but bear witness to the lower frequency energies that are around us. And this is what I was talking about in the beginning, like your choice on how you respond to things, right? That's what you're creating boundaries for, right? Don't let, like, think of it as bait. Every little thing that makes you feel less than or gets you upset or keeps you out of this Empress receiving mode. That's what you're guarding against. That's what's taking away from your flow, because you recognize that this is where you want to go. You want to be in love and stable, joyful, celebrating, and abundant. And so it's probably getting easier to recognize those things that aren't serving this and being like, nope. Right? It's that like silver lining finder mode. No matter what the circumstance is that's presented to you, you are only seeing the beautiful things. Oh my goodness, the King of Pentacles just popped down on top of this queen here. I'm telling you, this king just wants to be part of all the readings here. Okay, so there's your balance. There's your truth. There's your destiny. There's your groundedness. And could be counterparts if you are bringing in or manifesting a divine love, right? This is that twin flame 1111. And my throat went, so that's something about communication, potentially. Truth, destiny, celebrating. You could be manifesting a partnership. And if you are, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful and joyful and celebratory and abundant and just romantic and life-giving and overflowing and inspirational. Trust me, it's in the cards. It's in the cards. The cards don't lie. Who is that? I wonder. This was stuff working in behind the scenes here. I don't know if that's there, but who's this? Judgment. Yes, this is divinely guided. This is like new life. This is that level up. This is the move from the old world to the new world, from your old life to the new life. Your old life, you might have had to struggle, you might have had to be alone, you might have had to do everything, think everything, be everything, fight everything, defend everything. And this new world is not going to be that. This new world is going to be everything that you should have got, but didn't. And oh, there's the balance. Where does this one go? Crossroads, balance. Boundaries and love. I'm getting like holding out. Don't settle for less than what you deserve. Right? Don't just take any blow Joe who shows up thinking you're fine. Balance and balance. Yeah. All of the balancing states. This secures your confidence and your mental, emotional well-being, right? When you're balanced, grounded, meditative, you're like recharging the batteries. The batteries. Okay, we'll go through one more time in this deck. See if anything else wants to come out and add to this reading. Ships coming in. Yes. And they're bringing messages of love. They're full of decadent love. And we've got your Divine Spirit team cheering you on big time. Yay! Go this way! Yay! It's coming to you! Yay! You deserve this! Right? Okay. Moving to the mushroom deck. I've been slowly but surely becoming more and more obsessed with mushrooms. I tried the mushroom steak, watched a video, came across this woman who was talking about and cooking different mushrooms, and she had the maitake mushroom, and which was the mushroom that came out a couple times already, the dancing mushroom. And she didn't know why it's called a dancing mushroom, but when she made the thing and she ate it, she was dancing. It's probably because it's so damn good, and that's why people dance when they find it, because they're like, oh my god, it's so good. But she like deep fried it. Oh my goodness. And then almost like those onion flowers that are deep fried and you kind of pull apart and dip. She was eating it like that, and it was like crispy and juicy, and and this was just audibly and visibly. I need to get my hands on some maitake. I also discovered the proper way of saying it, and it's maitake. So what do we got here? Purpose and judgment. Okay, judgment confirmation. 28. A small but a mighty mushroom with a big purpose. Don't ever let looks fool you. Remember the analogy of the tip of the iceberg. You never know what's under the surface. You see only what wants or needs to be shown. This is that strategic coming out here in boundaries. The mycelium of this mushroom is a mass within the wood, slowly decomposing it and turning it into nutrients that supplies the nearby trees. It is small, but plays such an important role. It's not only stunning, but hard to spot because it is a tiny mushroom. This card indicates that you don't need to be seen while completing your purpose, and don't be worried about what people assume about you. Small and fragile does not mean insignificant and useless. That is crazy. I don't know if you can see, but that sentence, there's no spaces. Small and fragile does not mean insignificant and useless. Okay. It means there is beauty in everything seen and unseen, and not to judge a situation or person at first glance. It takes time to understand any person or thing because there is always so much more under the surface. It could also mean not to judge a book by its cover. People have so much more depth to them than they let on. There's always more to learn about a person or situation, so don't assume. Gather your information and look deeper. And it kind of validates that pause before responding too, right? If somebody's freaking out at you, kind of stopping and choosing to not take it personally, first of all, and maybe recognizing that there's something else going on there. When I was going to art school, I parked. I was late, and I had this tiny little car, and I parked in this spot that wasn't really a parking spot, but I fit. And this woman came up who was also late, and she's like, "You can't park there." And I'm like, "Well," and I did, right? Just heading to my class. She's like, "I'm gonna call the tow truck," and I'm like, "Do what you gotta do. I'm late." And so I left. And then when I ran into her in the school later, I was like, "So how long do I have before the tow truck shows up?" She's like, "Well, I didn't call him, but you're lucky that you're so small that you could park there." And I was like, "Oh, you were just jelly because I found a parking spot." And then when I later talked to her again, because we ended up having the same computer class or whatever, I found out that she just had this huge argument with her daughter that morning, and that's what made her late. And so yeah, she was kind of venting at me, and I didn't take it personally. I was just kind of like, do what you gotta do. And because of that, we were able to kind of get to the root of the problem, or the root of the situation, right? And she even apologized. She's like, "Yeah, sorry, I was, in a state because of my daughter, blah blah blah," right? And so this pausing before responding, I don't know, there's power there. And also, I maintained the frequency. I didn't let whatever her threats and her attitude and whatever affect me. I just carried on, focused on what I got to do. I even said, like, "Do what you got to do. I got to go." And so yeah, I just think that there's power in that for everybody involved when you don't respond right away. Okay. Let's see if any of the caddies want to come out and add or confirm anything to this reading. Balance. Oh, wow. Talk about kitty confirmations and nature. Okay. Okay. Yes. Balance and balance, right? And balance. Okay. Meet Varo Tiptoe Sky. She can balance perfectly with an inner precision and assurance. She leans one way and then the other, constantly adjusting and learning where her center lies. She understands the dichotomies: work and play, togetherness and solitude, inner reflection and outward expression, striving and letting go, accepting and changing, freedom and discipline, reason and intuition, spiritual expansion and grounding. They go on and on. Let Varo help you to see what areas of your life are out of balance and what shifts you can make to return to a graceful equilibrium. Oops. Cute. Okay, and nature. Meet Leaf. Each day he slips outside to meander between the ferns and flowers. He visits his secret spot where the sun filters down through the leaves in ever-changing shards of light that dance on his fur and warm his soul. No matter the weather, take a moment to step outside and find a spot in nature. Whether it's a vast wilderness or tiny patio, breathe in the fresh, wild air. Feel the great expanse of the sky overhead and the firmness of the earth beneath you. You are part of the intricate web of life. Allow nature to nourish you, support you, and set you free. Aw, and what a beautiful dichotomy right there, right? And balance. We've got the masculine and the feminine here. Messages, kitties. Beautiful, beautiful. Should we get a well known card? Let's do it. Who wants to come out? Anybody? Oh, okay. Who this? Lizard and cheetah, both fire. Okay. Lizard, instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception, as if it has a sixth sense. The lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights in big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. Okay, this is giving me the lizard vibes here. That strategic coming out and the boundaries and protecting your well-being, basically. When in balance, artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. When out of balance, elusive, non-committal, and flaky. To bring into balance a creative project. Okay. And the cheetah, solar force, action, achievement, masculine energy. The cheetah, maybe it was better over here, is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outwards to brighten the universe. Beautiful. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for the cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. When in balance, achieves anything, boundless energy. When out of balance, impatient and competitive. To bring into balance, reconnect to purpose. Beautiful. Yay. Okay, is that it? That's it. Those are the messages for today. Just going to see if any of these little guys want to come out. This one. Action. Knowing that even the smallest steps make a difference. I look for changes I can make today. Anybody else? Okay. Well, there you have it. There are the messages for today. What do you think about that? Boom, bada bing. Some good stuff. Something we can take with us. Balance. Some balance we can assess in our lives. Areas that need the balancing, perchance. Okay. So, yeah, whatever you're doing, make it awesome. And thanks for being here. And I hope there was something for you to take away and marinate on with, about. And yeah, that you have an awesome day or night. Okay. Love you. Bye.